Early morning drive in a 2020 F450 with the 6.7 liter POWERSTROKE V8. Let's do a cold start on the truck. Welcome to DS Trucks on an early morning drive in the 2020 F450 6.7 liter POWERSTROKE V8. Welcome to the show. My name is Sean. In today's video, guys, I want to talk about how I work 3 jobs and how I get it all done without falling apart, guys, without losing composure. Now, if you are new to the channel, if you're just stumbling upon this video for whatever reason, I have 3 jobs. Number 1 is YouTube. Me talking to you guys right now. We do towing videos, MPG tests, talks like this, early drives in our trucks. Today it's our POWERSTROKE, our F450, but this can be almost considered a full-time job. It's not always full-time, but when that obsession kicks in and you just want to make videos, it can be pretty consuming. It does take a lot of energy and a lot of work. On top of YouTube, I have the lawn mowing business, so if you follow the channel, there is some videos of me mowing lawns and stuff like that. And also full-time, 40 hours a week at Ford. And today, guys, I want to talk about how I'm able to do all this and how I get everything done, because there is a strategy here. It's not just you just kind of go for it and rip and run. Like, there is a very, very, very methodical strategy in order to get all this stuff done. So, you know, a big part of it is in the lawn business, I do have help. You know, I have guys working. I usually don't have to do all the work. And this week is interesting because I lost some of my help. I'm down a guy. Somebody quit for whatever reason. And so I got one person. And it's not a good idea for me to leave that one guy out working by himself, because you know, that can cause his own set of problems. So I'm helping out, and you know, it's tough work. You know, I get off from Ford at night, and then I gotta wake up and start doing leaves. Like, it's pretty brutal. You know, it's pretty much going from one job to the next, and that's hard, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Not having enough rest. You know, the one thing that I've found is it's important to sleep. It's important to make sure you get sleep no matter what. So as far as getting up early and helping, we started late. You know, we started at like 10, and I pretty much got myself woken up. I got a full night's sleep. I think I went to bed at like 4:30 a.m. and woke up at 10 a.m. and got to the grind. So for me, that was enough sleep. You know, sometimes I need more, sometimes I need less, but at the time I just took as much as I needed, and that was that. But in order to work all these jobs, you know, everything has to be in line. For one, there's no alcohol. If I put alcohol into the mix, it gets harder. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, start drinking and you end up working for the alcohol. I find, like, you always want to get to that drink at the end of the day. What are you thinking about when you're on your last job of the day, or the last 2 jobs of the day? It's like, man, I can't wait to get home and grab a nice cold beer. And then you think about it, it's like, what are you working for? You know, are you rushing through a job? Or at any level, are you working for alcohol? Now, as far as marijuana, weed, all that, I don't know. I feel like it would have the same effect, just because it's such a enjoyable thing to do. It could have the same effect, like, you just can't wait to get home and get to that joint. You know, it's like, for me, there's no weed, there's no alcohol. At least right now. That could change at some point in the future, but for right now, there's no weed, there's no alcohol, there's none of that. I mean, the most that I'll do is have like dessert, something like that. But I even try to keep that to a minimum. As far as diet, that's a huge factor. When you're pushing your body this much forward, it's physical. For me, it's physical. It's all assembly line, and it's a grind from non-stop from morning to afternoon, from 6 a.m. in the morning to 5:12 in the afternoon, and you're working. There's no job that's going to work you more efficiently than assembly line, because you work every second, every minute. I mean, you get your breaks. Don't get me wrong, you get your breaks. You get your 20-minute, your 10-minute, your half an hour lunch. But in between those, you might work for 3-4 hours straight without stopping. Now, most people in the plants in assembly, they all have these health issues. They have joint problems. Everything hurts, back hurts, hands hurt, limping around. All that can be avoided just by correcting your diet, getting the right nutrients. And I'm not perfect when it comes to this. I don't take vitamins. I probably should take vitamins, and I don't do everything just right. But what I do is I try to eat some organic things. A big one for me is eating wild caught salmon, not just regular farm raised salmon, but wild caught sockeye salmon, which is available in my area. I don't know what kind of wild caught salmon you can get, but a high quality wild caught salmon for me is huge. It gives me the omega-3 fatty acids, and that's important. A lot of people, I know people that won't eat like fish at all because they say it's gross or whatever. This is real. Like, people really don't have good nutrition and have so many weird issues, and they're not willing to fix their nutrition. So for me, nutrition's a big one. Eating somewhat of that ketogenic diet, not 100%, not perfect, but a little bit in that direction. Beef, simple plates, vegetables, beef, fish. That's a big thing. Keeps your weight under control, but it keeps your joints good. It keeps everything feeling good. Now, a little bit of a backstory, guys. I tried working like this before eating like this. Everything broke down. Every joint got stiff. I got to the point where I couldn't walk. I was going to the doctors. I was getting like all this like treatment, but all it was is just eating nutrition, like eating less processed foods, no low quality carbohydrates, only high quality carbohydrates, and everything got better. Everything got better once the nutrition was corrected. So a huge part of working like this is good nutrition. I got alcohol out of me. There's no alcohol, and when I did quit alcohol, I didn't have any like. I'm not an alcoholic, but I did have an addiction to alcohol that was it wasn't that easy to kick. And it's interesting how much you lean on something as simple as just drinking a beer. And I wasn't even drinking liquor or anything, it was just beer, but you lean on that. It's weird. So getting alcohol out has helped. There's no marijuana, there's no nothing. I just keep it clean. If I am gonna splurge, it's gonna be with sweets, and it's not all the time. It's just, I think last night I had a couple of cookies, whatever. But for a period of time, I will go like full clean, like not even sweets for a week or two or whatever, just no sweets at all, and just see how long I can do that. And then, because even that, there's benefits in doing that I can feel. One thing about the alcohol, like quitting the alcohol, was the first thing I've done when it came to like getting healthy and all that. Quitting alcohol was the first thing, and what that, in my opinion, does is it helps you feel how you really feel. It lets you feel how you really feel. So when I say, oh, I'm not eating sweets, I feel better, well, it's kind of hard to feel exactly how what feels right and you feel yourself a lot better when you're not under any influence of alcohol. I think alcohol can kind of distort things for you. So that's how I do it. But guys, I will say this week has been brutal, guys. It's not easy still. Even, you're sleeping, you're working. Now, this night shift at Ford, this swing shift, I should say, you work 2 days, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. You work 2 nights. Right now, it's 5 p.m. to like 6 a.m. It's brutal. It's brutal work, guys. And when you work that swing shift, it messes with your head in a major way. For me, this week, my brain feels like it's not fully connected to my body after working that swing shift. Like when I work the days, it's okay. But when I work 2 days and 2 nights, it's hard. It's hard. It's brutal hard. It's like my brain doesn't feel connected to my body. It feels like how tires feel on snow. It's like they're slipping, like my brain's slipping. My reaction time's off. So I've been struggling a little bit this week. I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't been on perfect. And driving home on that night shift is so hard. It's so hard. And I've been drinking coffee. I've been drinking a little too much coffee. Feeling a little wired a little bit at times, but I'm just trying to get things back into balance, back on track, and it will work out, but it's just a process, so it's not perfect, but at the end of the day, what the trick is, eating good. I forgot to mention fasting. That's a big one. Fasting is a big one. Eating good. And for me, I try to cut the sugar as much as possible. I'm drinking black coffee right now, no sugar. I will have a sweet. If I'm gonna eat something sweet, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be like something that's good. I'm not just gonna sprinkle sugar in my coffee and then have like fruit snacks and then have junk all day. If I do eat a sweet, it'll be like something that's really good, maybe ice cream or like cheesecake, something heavy, and it's gonna be one time, and that's gonna be it. Once, a couple times a week, no more than once a day for sure. And sometimes I'll have stretches where I won't do that at all. But anyway, guys, this is DS Trucks. This is an early morning drive in the F450. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching the channel. See you guys in the next video. This is DS Trucks. We run nothing but the best. Over and out.